What if content was created in real time? Yes, I'm talking about movies, news, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. What if it all was created in real time? There are three companies you'll look at. OpenAI with Dall-e 2. There's Google with the Lamda chatbot. And there is something called Sonantic, which is a company that generates voices. Now, why these companies are important? Well, let's look at it this way. If they were all to merge, they will create a media that's able to be generated in real time. Let's go to Sonantic for a moment. Sonantic is a company, London-based, who focus on creating voice generated from text. Imagine that. And there's a guy named Val Kilmer who was in part of the Top Gun movie who actually lost his voice from throat cancer. And he was able to recreate himself in this movie.
Kilmer was so impressed by what Sonantic produced that he issued a statement saying, "Sonantic masterfully restored my voice in a way I've never imagined possible."
Because the Sonantic to use his voice, and my God, it sounds authentic and real.
We all have the capacity to be creative. We're all driven to share our deepest dreams and ideas with the world. But I was struck by throat cancer. After getting treated, my voice as I knew it was taken away from me. People around me struggle to understand me when I'm talking. But despite all that, I still feel I'm the exact same person. Still the same creative soul.
Even though his voice was perfectly put into the movie, there's more to it then. Now, how do we generate the views? How do we generate the feel of a movie? You can't do it with just a voice, right? Well, you can if you use Dall-e 2.
A wise elephant staring at the moon at night. Whoa, okay. A Kuckerhunch, I'm pronouncing that wrong, using a camera on a movie set. Wow, that is, okay, if you couldn't already tell, that is the name of the dog breed.
Now, Dall-e 2 is only for creating these wonderful and elegant pictures. But I'm pretty sure OpenAI, who's the creator of Dall-e 2, is not just going to create them for just pictures and images. I think their ultimate goal is to create video. Video that is able to generate videos over time. Create content over time based on ideas from millions of videos, millions of parts of content. And I think YouTube is onto this, and they're trying to beat out OpenAI. It's gonna be a challenge to see what happens. But these companies are trying to be fast as possible to create their AI platforms. OpenAI has Dall-e 2 has one of the most enriched generations of images that look perfectly like real art. But if you're able to create real movies, things that are indistinguishable by people of who created it, because at the end of the day, it's not about who created it in some way, it's about the content. I mean, if they can literally recreate Robert Downey Jr. in an Iron Man movie with his voice and make the movie sound just like him again, that would be amazing. Look at what Dall-e 2 can do. Dall-e 2 can create a whole mix of movies, from Star Wars and Disney collection, or any of the Marvel things at all. Matter of fact, it can replace Kevin Feige and completely create MCU with many different versions of it. The voices from Sonantic can be replicated and infused in the movies. So what's the part where Google has to do all this? Well, Google has something called the Lamda AI chatbot.
Today, we are excited to announce Lamda 2, our most advanced conversational AI yet. We are at the beginning of a journey to make models like these useful to people. Maybe one of your characters is exploring the deep ocean. You can ask what that might feel like. Here, Lamda describes a scene in the Mariana Trench.
It's able to simulate text from any kind of particular scenario, almost even simulate itself as an airplane or a planet. and put itself into first person in the perspective of those items. What these three different technologies can do is script out a movie or news or whatever, and then put together the text or the generated text and the visuals that will make that real. So you can come from cartoons to real movies to anything and see things happen. Content will be endless, almost to a point where the cost of it is nearly zero. The problem is industry for movie makers and Hollywood might change. There's going to be a challenge now because you can see even in Top Gun they integrated it in. Val Kilmer had to use this voice assistant to really much play his voice in the movie. And I think more of the technology will be adopted in Hollywood, but over time, it could technically replace all media. It's crazy. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.